Knock knock.
Who's there?
It's the first Sun.
It's the person who.
It's the first Sunday of Advent, where we will welcome the Christmas season with hope. What's up, Lazalians, and welcome to the first episode of the Animo's Holiday Hot Take.
We assure you, that joke might be corny, but this episode will be anything but corny. Join us as we bring floor to our special guests for this special episode.
How's it going, DLSU SHS? I am Ingrid Bote.
And I am Charlize Lorenzo. And you're watching Holiday Hot Takes, the Advent Special.
Merry Christmas, Masalians!
We're so good to have all of you with us as we share our best Advent experiences.
We are so excited to introduce our special guests who have taken the time to be with us here today.
Exactly, Ingrid. Please welcome to your virtual screen.
Welcome, Miss Mia Evalio and Miss Joy Mobilia. Before we begin, we would like to ask, how are you doing today?
Good. Yes, I'm doing well naman, and of course, happy week. Hoping everyone has a good and restful week kahit medyo busy.
That's great to hear. In light of the Advent season, we have prepared several questions about the essence of hope that will be of great influence to the LaSallian community. Now, going in focus. First, what does hope mean to you? May we call Miss Mia and to be headed by Miss Joy?
Okay, me first. To me, hope is humility, openness, perseverance, and entrustment. I think it's very timely at this point that we are returning back to our normal experience, like the pre-pandemic times. Thank you.
And for me, hope, well, at least hope is one of the three virtues that we have with faith and love. So it was defined also as future good. Difficult but still possible to attain. So if I'm asked this question, what does hope mean to me? For me, hope is like a constant longing for something good. But this constant longing would bring us a certain type of motivation to translate it towards good actions for the betterment of others and also for the society. So it's like how it sustains also the other two virtues, yung faith and love, constantly, every day. That is what it sustains faith and love and the other virtues to continue despite challenging. So that is what hope is for me.
Thank you for those delightful insights, Miss Mia and Miss Joy. Next, what is your biggest hope right now? Let us start with Miss Joy and to be followed by Miss Mia.
Actually, my biggest hope right now, especially in this Advent season, and generally within this full year, third year, almost the third year that we are in the pandemic, more than success on my personal endeavors, I think it is our nation's progress. Not only with those progress that can be measured by numbers or progress that can be measured by economy, but also progress for truth, the genuine truth, and also about life, how we protect life within our nation. So that is currently my biggest hope right now.
As for me, just like what I have shared on what hope for me is, I hope for more humble people. I hope for more openness from people. I also hope for more perseverance because I understand there is constant challenge to do good. And I hope for our capacity to develop this sense of entrustment to God, who gives us the inspiration and the reason why we will be celebrating this season once again. Thank you.
Those are interesting examples. Now, what does it feel like when you finally get something that you've been hoping for? Let's start with Miss Mia.
Of course, it gives me happiness to be able to receive blessings from what I have hoped for, but more than the personal joy that I will be experiencing, that I am experiencing. Along with it, of course, is also the joy that I see people around me or beside me equally as happy as I am. That's something. Thank you.
For me, first feeling ko would be relief. That's my constant feeling the past few days. Whenever I get something I've been hoping for, more than the celebratory feeling, more than feeling that I want to celebrate, I feel more relief. And this kind of feeling of relief, it's not something na parang cliche, but I realized that as I was growing older, both in mind and in age, I believe that there are some achievements and there are some challenges which we can able to have or to surpass that is really a part of us. Kumbaga, this is something that is expected or inevitable at some point. So it's like either or, either we act or not, so either we feel relieved or not. And the second feeling after the feeling of relief is, of course, happiness. The kind of happiness that I would also like to share to others, not in the literal sense na I want them to laugh with me, but rather I wanted them to feel also the same level of happiness with the relief that I am feeling after getting what I hoped for. So, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Mia and Miss Joy, and I totally agree to that. So, next question. Have you ever had an experience where you felt so hopeless? Let us start with Miss Joy and to be followed by Miss Mia.
And for this, yes, especially on the personal level, I think I've always shared this to some of my students, especially when I'm teaching about faith in Christian living. So, of course, this time, it was a time that's very challenging for me. It felt like I hit a dead end at some point. I felt like there's no next chapter in my life, both in academics and life in general. But although this was a kind of hopeless period for me, like a dead end period for me, whenever I would look on this experience, I would realize how much I grew and mature both in mind, spirit, and also mentally. So it's something, what I've learned from that experience, it is always something that I forget. And that is the real meaning of appreciation in many senses, not only appreciation as thank you, grateful, but in many senses.
As for me, when I was young, each time I would reach a dead end, I would reach a dead end, I would feel so hopeless. And I would feel anger, and I would question God even because of some prayers unanswered, and it make me feel like a certain level of frustration and disappointment. And as time goes by, and as I mature, not only in age, but also in wisdom, I've learned to transcend a challenging experience. So life can be really, really challenging. There are difficult experiences on a personal level, with family, with work, with people you meet along the way, with students. But as I age, I realize that God never sleeps, and the Holy Spirit keeps on inspiring us. So I've never really, really felt that hopelessness that was the same as I was young. So it's time I would feel like I am reaching this end of the road that will lead me to feel like it's a hopeless case. I would be reminded of the blessings that surrounds this experience. So I always use the word transcendence is key to be able to overcome hopelessness. Not to mention that I have already learned that to lose hope is a sin against the spirit. So to me, every day is a blessing. Every day is a chance to continue to hope. Thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring stories. And finally, in relation to the previous question, have your hopes changed over time, Miss Mia?
I guess so. Because when you were young and you are driven and you have so many things that you want to achieve, like the barometer of hoping is high. But as time goes by, it's like my hopes now is not entirely for myself. I become more like other-centered. So even if I have personal hope for myself, but along with it is always this hope for others, for people around me, for our country. I always say that to my students. Each time we would pray, we always include in our hopes and our dreams that the next generation will have a better space, a better place. So I would say, yeah, I guess my hopes have changed over time. So it's not only for my personal achievement, my personal hopes, but now I realize that all my hopes are actually not only for myself, but for others. I think it's a good thing. Thank you.
And for you, Miss Joy?
For me, yes, my hopes have changed over time. I think in connection with what I mentioned a while ago, with the feeling of being relieved, this has something to do with how my hopes changed over time. So I've said earlier that I felt I would always feel relieved first before feeling happy when I get what I was hoping for. So I think it comes with our growth and maturity, how our hopes would change over time. Today, my hopes is less specific, less material, to be exact, and just like with me, it's less personal na rin. At some point and at many points. For example, whenever I would do certain inconveniences or I would experience certain inconveniences, like for example, the traffic going home or going to the LSU, or high prices, abandoned animals, those kinds of inconveniences or anything uncomfortable. Usually, we would hope for no traffic, we would hope for high grades, something very specific. But recently, I realized also that my hopes should be in a much more wider sense. For example, with high prices, for example, I would hope for good governance, something less specific rather than asking for a sale despite the high prices. I think this is due to the fact how on a personal level, how I would often reflect on what I would observe around me. Let's say going home, I would observe how people would also commute like me or how animals would cross the street, although it's kind of dangerous. And also with those experiences, personal experiences, very real experiences, I also try to think how God would be present among these experiences, not only of them, but also of the people in general. And of course, how it teaches us to have hope. If God is present there within that situation, whether it be a challenging situation, I'm very, very quite sure there is also hope within that experience and within that period of time.
Thank you so much for sharing those stories with us. Having these talks with Miss Mia and Miss Joy is really a great way to welcome the Advent season. But before we end today's session, we would like to get to know you more, and I'm sure our archers feel the same way.
Indeed, Charlize, and what better way than through?
Would you rather question?
Yeah, the rules are simple. All you have to do is choose the most appealing option for you as fast as you can. We can have Miss Joy answer first, followed by Miss Mia. Ready? Let's start.
Since it's almost the Christmas season, would you rather listen to Christmas music or watch Christmas movies?
Christmas movie.
Of late, I've been watching Christmas movies on Netflix.
I agree, Christmas movies really are good. Next up, would you rather give gifts or receive them?
Give gifts. I do enjoy buying and going around and thinking also parang mix matching din to give gifts.
Receive gifts. Especially prayers. I think I need it more. Thank you.
Okay, next, would you rather drink coffee or hot chocolate for Christmas?
I think both tayo dito, Mama Mia. It's hot coffee.
Hot coffee for me as well.
Oh, I can relate. Next up, would you rather make a wish list or buy surprise gifts?
Make a wish list. I'm quite organized.
I usually buy surprise gifts.
Great choices. Next, would you rather choose Christmas Day or Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Day. It's already Happy Birthday, Jesus.
I agree with that one. And finally, complete the statement. Christmas is all about...
For me, Christmas is all about love.
For me, Christmas is Jose Marichan. Charot lang. Christmas is giving. Christmas is giving. Christmas is happiness. Christmas is joy, and Christmas is love. And Christmas is family. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that, Miss Mia. Thank you so much, Miss Mia and Miss Joy, for those delightful answers. But I'm afraid that's all the time we have for now.
Once again, thank you so much, Miss Mia and Miss Joy, for joining us for this first Sunday of Advent.
Thank you also for the opportunity. Remember, as we hope, let us be humble, let us be open, let us persevere, and let us entrust ourselves to God.
Thank you also.
And thank you for tuning in to our program.
For more information on the hottest news within and outside outside the DLS SHS community, don't forget to like our social media pages, The Animo on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Once again, I am Shardy Serrazo.
And I am Ingrid Botte.
This is Holiday Hot Takes,
The Advent Special.
Thank you and have a good day.